What's up, bomb ass moms? Welcome to the Bomb Ass Moms Podcast. I'm your girl, Erica.
I'm Ashley.
And I'm Tierney, and we're the Bomb Ass Moms. What's up, y'all?
What's up? What's up?
Oh,
Y'all, look, we just gonna have a conversation today. But before we have that conversation, let's let the listeners know. Follow us on IG, Facebook, email us at BombAssMomsPodcast@gmail.com. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. So, with that being said, ladies, let's go ahead and have this conversation today.
So, today, listeners, we just want to let you know this is a previously recorded episode. We're recording this, it's January 1st. So, we're talking about some stuff that happened in 2022 to bring us into this year. We thought that it's best to kind of recap a little bit, get our thoughts about the holidays that just passed, and how we're doing as being bomb ass moms.
That's right. I think it's always a good idea to recap, ladies. A lot of things happened in 2022. I know we all probably out there look at social media. Did y'all see on social media real quick? A celebrity had covered everything that went down in 2022, and it was a lot. But that's neither here nor there. We're gonna just talk about things and how we transition. What y'all think?
Man, I think I had a huge transition from this year. A lot of things kind of changed, family changed, life has changed. I think I've become a better mom. I'm getting used to being a mom. 2022 has shown me a lot.
That's
yeah.
good. I think 2022 has opened our eyes in like different ways. I could talk about a lot that has transpired in 2022, from being a professional to personal life, transitioning from being a single mom. I'm still a single mom, but including Andrew into this co-parents to even split holidays, y'all. It was just a lot for me, but I had to just figure it out. But we're now in 2023. We're moving forward. I'm going to be intentional about a lot of things.
Well, 2022 for me, it went fast. It went so
Girl, you
fast.
got engaged, didn't it?
And wait a minute,
Girl,
you had a whole
listen.
baby at the beginning of the year, right?
I had a whole baby at the beginning of the year, and here it is another year, and my baby is about to be one.
Wow.
I'm just like, OMG. It feels like yesterday when I was pregnant. And so today we went over my friend's Tammy house and we was just talking because last year, right before I had the baby, I went to brunch with Tammy and two of her cousins that was in town. And her cousin was over to her house today, for the little brunch that they had for New Year's or whatever. And he looked at me, he was like, "Man, you was just pregnant." I'm like, "I know." Because when I went to the brunch, I was pregnant. I cannot believe I have had, y'all, a whole baby in 2022.
Right. Not a half a baby, but a whole baby.
Not a whole baby, girl, a whole baby. I'm just like, OMG. I have transpired from being a teen mom back to I thought I was out the door when it came to kids.
God said, "Let me show you."
Yes,
Yes.
God definitely showed
Yes.
me, and He is definitely a blessing for our family. It's like I said, it's just a lot of things that transpired. I'm happy, uh, and looking forward to 2023. I'm just gonna say I got a wedding coming up, and it's just y'all. I'm so excited. I am so excited.
Girl, you sound like it. So, but that's how it should be. You should be excited. You should be super pumped that you about to be a wifey. Heck, you already common law, but still.
Amen.
But going back to 2022, as I was listening to y'all, I was just thinking about a lot that happened, at least in my life too, in 2022. I've lost relationships, I've gained relationships, I've done things outside of my comfort zone. I've been happy, I've been sad, I've been up, I've been down. It's just been a tropical storm. But I just know in 2023, I will be like in a rainbow, like a rainbow cloud, or if that even is a thing, I don't even know. But honestly, like going into 2023, I just, I look back over my life And I'm grateful for everything that has happened. You know how they say everything happens for a reason. Sometimes you can't see that reason when you're going through it, but it's all good.
Yep.
I even did a fitness show, and that was like on the bucket list. So I was real shocked that I did that. And now look at me in the gym consistently talking about I'm gonna do another show. And I stepped all the way out of my comfort zone. And y'all, I even met a person. I ain't gonna say no names. I ain't ready to reveal it, but I met a person who honestly does not know my love language. But at the end of the day,
Wait. You said they do not know your love language?
they do not know my love language, and things that they do or things that they say, I'm like, God, is that you? You know, so right now, going into 2023, I'm being intentional about everything. Last
Mhm.
year, I definitely was not, and I definitely had some growing to do. Heck, I'm still a work in progress, but as far as 2023 go, I'm going to continue to work on being intentional about making time for me, making time for my son, making time for people that I truly want to be in my life, or truly making time for who God wants in my life. Man, when you lose relationships or lose friendships, it's still hurtful. You know, even if you were the one to walk away or whatever, that is hurtful. Even if you're trying to maintain a relationship with somebody you might not even want to maintain a relationship with, but you have to because you know. Just think about it. But what I'm saying is,
No, I don't know because no.
okay, so what I'm saying is, you know, people that were in my life are in my life for a reason. One, we have a child together. I don't have to say his name.
Right.
What I'm saying is, he is going to be in my life, you know, whether I want him to or not. But I, at the end of the day, am on this journey of learning how to be the best parent and try to co parent. And we do not see eye to eye. And speaking of not seeing eye to eye, this holiday season, this was my first Christmas actually without my son. Y'all, it's just hard. I mean, it's easier said than done. And I know there are ladies that are out there that have had to co-parent or do the holidays all by themselves or not wanting to necessarily split their children or child. I mean, it was just, I don't know, y'all. It was just a different feeling. And when people were asking, "Hey, how was your holiday?" You know, it was just, I was just like, "It's okay." And I usually don't say it's just okay, but this was a transition for me. And I'm sure, again, there are a lot of women out there that probably have done it. So, you know, if you're out there listening, drop a comment on our IG or Facebook. Let me know how, you know, you get through the holidays with, you know, co parenting, or if you have to split holiday. Like, I just want to know because it's new for me now that we're back in the States. It's something that I'm probably going to have to do unless the court says something different. But yeah, I
Yeah,
mean,
that sounds like very difficult for me. I could not imagine. I know that you have to be strong after what 9 years of spending every holiday with your son. I think I probably would have cried.
I was hurt. I probably cried to me, but only me and God know. But I just have to step out on faith, continue to step out on faith, and just pray that everything is going to work out, no matter if it's with this co-parenting, no matter if it's with dating, no matter if it's with the job. Like, I am just trying to refocus, refresh, regroup, and restart in 2023.
Yeah.
So I have a question because I know you were saying that it was hard. So did you see your baby at all for Christmas, or how was the split up?
So actually, I was in a different city for Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, actually, because I knew I wasn't going to have Andrew. I was helping a friend out. She had surgery. And so Andrew spent Christmas Day and night with his dad. And we just celebrated on December the 26th, Christmas. You know, he came to my house December the 26th. I did talk to him on Christmas. He got a cell phone for Christmas. Still jealous because, y'all, like I said in previous episodes, I did not get a cell phone until I was 17. But now
Not jealous
my
for your
9-year old,
kid. Not jealous
huh?
for your kid.
Not jealous though.
Not jealous. I mean, I'm just saying how we doing business nowadays. My mama would have dared done. You know, like,
Yeah,
that's a cell phone at 9 years old. What's that?
yeah, you're right, Ashley. I do agree with you. Shoot, I ain't get one until I was 15.
But yeah, so that's how I was able to talk to Andrew on Christmas. He FaceTimed me, talk about, "Mommy, I got a cell phone." And I was like, "Oh, that's awesome." I said, "Well, what do you want me to save your name as?" He was like, "Kobe." I said, "Oh, now you want to go back to Kobe." This boy, I promise. But
Well, he's growing up.
Yeah.
Yeah, so but
Yeah.
that's how it was. So I didn't see him on Christmas Day physically, but he was physically in my presence on December 26th.
Okay.
I mean,
Okay.
when I think
That's
about my year, yeah, I got baby brain, so I can't remember half of it because I found out that I was pregnant in May, which my boyfriend didn't even believe. Like, nah, it ain't even been long enough. I'm like, whatever, I know my body. And then 2 weeks later, it's like, Miss Period, yes, you're pregnant. We confirmed with a blood test because he just was like in denial. And I really didn't tell many people. I told like my closest family. I didn't really tell like a lot of friends. Some friends I
You
did.
showed us. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, y'all my closest family. So,
Yeah, I just
but
want
We
back
was in
like,
the loop, Ashley. We was in the loop, girl.
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, I didn't tell many people because I have no idea. I think this year, with my circle, with friends, I didn't really feel like I had a lot of friends that I had in the previous year. Like our contact, their communication was different. And it could just be me, focusing on being a mom. Like maybe it was me withdrawing from everybody. But hey, that's what it was. This year I had a lot of ups. Not too many downs. Like one of my downs this year was just being overwhelmed as a stay-at-home mom. And I don't think people understand that, like, it is a hard job, especially when you're coming from, like, oh, you're a nurse. My previous job was being an assistant manager, and I went from that to being a full-time mom, being at home. Like, life changed so drastically, and I had a hard time coming to terms. I'm a mom and I stay at home. I'm not the nurse on the floor, or I'm not the assistant manager anymore. It was very hard for me to like just transition. I love my child, but I think I'm fitting in really good now. We're about to welcome our second baby, a little girl.
Woo woo.
Right.
We got
So Tia,
three.
let me ask you something
Uh-huh.
about being a stay-at-home mom. Do you miss work, or would you rather?
Wait, but being a full-time mom is work, girl. I don't envy that.
Listen, I ain't downplaying you. Look, you preaching to the when we talking about children. I think you preach to the choir with all of us when it comes down to kids.
Heck yeah.
Children is a full time job, but what I'm asking her, does she miss work? Like being able to go to work, or your balance with it. How do you like the adjusting to just being at home, just being a mom?
Well, I mean, initially, yes, I did miss work. Well, no, let me take that back. Initially, I think I was so focused on like being a mom because like this is my first child. I knew nothing
Hmm.
about taking care of a baby. Like the youngest child in our family at the time that my child was born was 15. So it was
Hmm.
like, we haven't had a baby in the family since 15. We do have other younger siblings, but like that I'm really close with. It was really hard. I was just focused on being a mom. And so I didn't really care about work. And then probably around the 6, 7 month mark, I was like, oh, I do miss nursing. Like, I miss going to work. And then
Hmm.
when he got a little bit older, he's 18 months now, probably a little bit after he was a year, I was just like, oh my god, this is hard. Like, I
Hmm.
you really have to retrain your brain to even like doing things that I wasn't used to. So a lot of people are gonna look at me sideways, but like being a nurse, it gave me a lot of advantages of things that I didn't used to. So when I was a nurse, I worked 8 hours a day, Monday through Friday, and I did whatever I wanted to on the weekend. If I wanted to lay up, if I wanted to go to brunch, boozy brunch, have a good time, it was easy, but like now it's like, oh no, I don't know about that brunch because daddy has to do this or daddy has to work. My boyfriend, he's in the military, so sometimes he has to work on the weekend. So it's like, at the time I was mom probably 98% of the time. And that's like full-time mom from like
Mhm.
7 a.m. to 11 p.m. So it's like you don't get any time to yourself. I,
Sure no.
I'm not me anymore. I'm mom. So
Oh, just wait till they grow up because to his friends and her friends, you're gonna be, oh, that's Tristan's mom. Oh, that's Triani's mom. You're not gonna have a name. You're not even gonna have an identity to other kids. I'm just wait for it.
So not.
well, I
So
mean,
is
that's
not.
okay. I am embracing it all, and I'm just trying to like do my best and grow with it because I really want to be like the best mom that I can because and we'll talk about this later on in the season, like I didn't have my biological mom to raise me. My dad wasn't a primary parent. My grandmother raised me. So it's like you really don't have your two parents in the household. So I look at that like, what do I want for my child and my children? So it's like you have it's a give and take. You look at how you were parented and how you want to parent your children, you want something bigger and better and different. My grandmother did a great job, but of course, at the end of the day, she was my grandmother. I call her my mom, but she wasn't my biological mom. Yeah, that just makes me want to be a better mom and also make sure that I'm present 100% of the time.
Yeah, I mean, you said a couple of things that I was like, yeah, yeah, yeah. My tone kind of changed because I was like, I feel you, girl. Like, I mean, like you said, we'll talk about this in another episode of having like an absent parent. But you're right. Like, I think the same way. Like I said earlier, I look back over my life. I never forget where I come from, but I want to be the best mom and raise my child, to be the best man or be the best person growing up. I want to be present for my child. Yes, I travel. Yes, I do all these things. But heck, my child has traveled, with me sometimes. But man, I feel you. Like for real, for
But
real.
I mean, look at it, Ashley. I look up to you, to be honest. I look up to both of y'all because I find a lot of things that you all do as bomb ass moms. And I'm like, oh, I got to take this from here, take this from there. So I do look up to y'all. But it's like, Ashley, this past year, you have gone like to great lengths to better yourself. You're in
Lord,
therapy.
shout out to you, Ashley.
Yes. Look, you're trying to be a better parent. Talking about you, Erica. Erica, your son said he wanted therapy. He's in therapy. You got that from him. It wasn't even like, okay, well, let me think about it. You're like, no, okay. If you think that's going to help you, let me do that. Like,
Mhm.
those are the things that I look at, be like, okay, how would I tackle this situation with my child? And that's exactly how I want to do it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I
Yep.
will say the biggest thing, too, you asked that question, and I'm learning because, Lord, sometimes y'all know my patience run low with Andrew. But honestly, like hearing them out, honestly, I will say something, and here is me being vulnerable. That's why I said, like, I had a lot of highs, I had a lot of lows. Like, my child said to me, I think because he was in trouble, but sometimes certain things will come out when your child's in trouble now. He was like, pissed off, and I was just like, well, I don't care that you're pissed off, but he was like, well, I'm pissed because you don't spend enough time with me. And that just took me back, baby. I was like, wait, what? And I honestly sick was like, well, damn. But what I did in that moment, I went and I had a conversation with Andrew because at the end of the day, no matter what I say, no matter how I see it, like,
Mhm.
what you mean I don't spend time with you? That's how his little mind sees it. So now I want
Mhm.
to be intentional about, let me spend time with him and let me figure it out. What does he want? And let me do this, let me do that. Now, is that going to change overnight? No, probably not in his mind, but when he said that to me, it was like slick hurtful. But I said, well, let me look back over my life and reevaluate. Because if that's how he is perceiving things, baby, I got to get it together.
Yeah.
I
Yes,
have
ma'am.
to get it
Yes,
together.
ma'am. You have to write you out a schedule, baby.
Yes, and I even contemplated, y'all, about like I do have a second job, and sometimes it's a give or take now. So, like I mentioned before, going into 2023, being intentional about my time, being intentional about my child, being intentional about dating, like I'm for real. So, do I want to quit my job? No, like I love taking care of my patients. Honestly, that is what fulfills me. That is what I signed up to do, y'all, to take care of my patients because I manage on a day to day. But
Okay,
my
nurse. Okay.
yeah, I'm just saying, like, but
Nurse Ashley.
y'all, like, let me tell y'all, Andrew will come before like a job, like, it will come before, doing patient care, like, or my child will
Yeah.
come before that. Don't
As
get me
he
wrong, I love
should.
what I do.
As he
I
should.
love
Mhm.
what I do. And I actually was talking to a patient today, and like she made me open my eyes to a lot of things, a lot of things. And I'm actually going to see her, later on. But I had to say, okay, Ashley, okay, God, step out on his faith. Sometimes we don't do things. And I'm just speaking for me and ladies, y'all let me know if y'all can relate. But sometimes we don't do things out of fear. Like sometimes we don't want to step outside of our comfort zone, or sometimes we don't want to take that leap of faith because fear is holding us back.
That's true.
I gotta say, I'm here to say, like, no more. Like, if I'm gonna be intentional, I gotta be intentional about all things, and that's to include improving my relationship with God, y'all. Like, we say that saying, God know my heart, God know me, God this, God that. You're right, but and I'm not trying to get on here preaching because, baby, I can be better. But they say like
Mhm.
faith without work is dead. So it's time to be intentional and put in that work in all areas, whether that's professional, personally, spiritually, all that.
I mean, Ashley,
Yeah.
you said something real big, and a lot of us, we let fear hold us back. And I'll tell you this, what I have tried to do is think that, okay, you know what? God has me no matter what. I have something that I know I can fall back on. If I look at my relationship with my boyfriend, us having a child, like a lot of people told me, you're crazy. Why would you quit your job? Why would you move with this guy to Hawaii? Why would you do this or why would you do that? That's putting you at a disadvantage. You need to make sure that you got yourself covered. And that's all within fear, and me just like leaping out on faith and saying like, hey, the biggest thing for me is that my son grows up with his dad. So if that means,
As he should.
yes, so if that means, hey, I have to quit my job as a nurse, because guess what, as a nurse I can find a job anywhere if I want to. I can go back to
Facts,
work
Mhm.
right now if I want to, because
facts.
Mhm.
that's just the profession.
But you know what? I'm gonna say this. You know what, baby? Let me tell you something. Don't worry about what I got going on my end. Worry
Yeah.
about your side. That's just how I feel. Can't nobody run your life but you. And this is what it is. People be on the outside looking in, but don't even know what's right from left. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, no, but you're doing good. Shout out to you, Tierney. You,
Yeah,
your man, Tristan, y'all got another little baby on the way,
And you
honey.
know
I'm
what?
so excited.
yeah,
I can
yeah. I
say
was gonna
this,
say shout out
y'all.
to you. Yeah.
Thank
Huh?
you. Thank you. I can say this. I'm truly happy where we are in life. Even the negative stuff, people saying, oh, y'all bringing another child in this world and y'all ain't even married. Even all this stuff that comes from like the closest people in my family, I don't think they think like, oh, well, how does she feel that we're negating her entire relationship, or that she should be making these certain decisions when these decisions are made for the betterment of my child, you know.
Yeah,
Mhm,
listen, you
mhm,
gotta wake
mhm.
up to Chris, not them. And at the end of the day, if you're happy, that's all that matters. Listen, let me tell you one thing, and this is a rant real quick. Let me tell you one thing I will respect about my mom, no matter how much we disagree. she ain't gonna agree with everything that I do, but she gonna support me to no end.
Mm-hmm.
And when you have people
Mhm.
like that in your circle in your life, keep them close. People that
Yep.
give their unwarranted opinion or say, "How could you?" or "What could you?" and blah blah blah. Are they paying your bills? Mm-mm.
No.
Are
No.
they waking up
Nope.
next to your man? Mm-mm.
No.
So like keep it moving. Like hear them, but don't hear them. Like you said, you got to do what's best for your family. And going back to saying doing what's best for you and your family, Erica, you and your family, me and my family. I want to be able to start traditions that my family did not do. Right. So we have to do what we feel is best for our child and our family or our
Mhm.
kids and our family. So man, bump them. Like, come on.
Don't know what to
Like
say,
and Tierney,
girl.
like I'm proud of you for even listening to that and one being an ear for us. Like meaning I know I didn't called you on some shit. And I'm pretty sure I called you on some shit. So with you staying at home and still always making time for like us, man, that's appreciated. That's love.
You know I love y'all.
Yeah.
Yeah, girl, keep on pushing. Cause I'm gonna tell you something. One thing about it, if ain't nobody a living proof of, a relationship, I'm definitely a living proof.
Hello.
Yes.
Me and Marcus have been going 12 and a half years strong. Do you hear me?
Did you
You
hear
know,
me, Erica?
what'd you say, Ashley?
I said y'all been going like the Energizer Bunny.
Absolutely, baby. Ain't even quit, baby. We might listen. Our batteries may die, but we can always change them out.
Yes, you can.
Right.
We can
Hello.
always change them out and we be working
Yeah.
again. So,
Yeah.
baby, let me tell you, you can't worry about the negativity because people used to say a lot of negative things about me and Marcus, or, in our relationship. They ask us, when y'all gonna get married? Y'all been together. Da, 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 da. Let me tell you something. Everything is on God's
It
timing.
sure
Hello.
is.
Don't get me wrong. Timing is everything. But when some things are just not right and you just have to work on it, you have to be patient. And when you are patient, you have a better reward at the end of the day.
Yes, you have to be patient. Lord knows I'm a work in progress on patient.
But I think
Preach.
we all have to learn patience. And I'm going to tell you, this is so weird, but my greatest test of patience was being a travel nurse and moving to LA and having to deal with the traffic. Like, this is so weird though. Having to deal with traffic coming from Memphis, never knew traffic like this. And then, like, being overwhelmed and very anxious in LA traffic.
Girl, that
That
traffic bad.
I know. That's like my first test of patience in my life to that degree. And then in nursing, of course, and then like becoming assistant manager. Oh my God, dealing with people and their
Yeah,
personalities.
yeah, and then a mom, right?
I was just about to say, yeah, and then being a mom because you go through all these trials as a
Mhm.
mom and you like, oh my God, okay, this is just a baby.
Yeah,
Let me
my
be
bad. I
patient.
know what happened.
First thing, breastfeeding. You have to have a lot of patience with your baby in the beginning. And it wasn't hard to start breastfeeding, but my baby, he lost a lot of weight and I didn't think anything of it. I think he lost about a pound and something. He was jaundiced. It hurt a lot on one of my breasts. So it's just finding different techniques. It's just like throughout their lives, you're going to have to learn, okay, what's the best way for me to deal with this? Especially for my child. Not just for me, but especially for my child. Like
Yeah.
even hollering or even having a discussion. Like right now, my baby is 18 months. He's starting to throw tantrums and he will start spitting. And now I just say, hey, cover your mouth, cover your mouth. He covers his mouth. Okay, I can deal with it versus telling him stop because he won't stop and he's starting to like hit himself. So I have to figure out like, okay, well, how can I stop him from hitting himself when he's mad? Because he's trying to find some way to release that anger. And I'm like, oh my God, don't hit yourself. But I don't really know what to do. I just try to hug him. But it's hard. It's the patience. That's
Yeah.
that's
Girl,
like
let me
one of
tell
the
you.
words of being a mom.
Yes, honey, patience. You gotta have the patience. I know Boo Boo, he just 11 months, but I said I had it so easy with Maine. Like Maine was a breeze, a child. Like
Hmm.
I don't have to when I say breeze, I can say, go sit down. Man don't be into stuff. He just one of them kids. He just like his gadgets, want to be in his room, just doing his thing. But I can guarantee you, Trey, this is gonna give me a run for my money. My buddy. He gonna want to do everything. He gonna want to see everything. With Maine just wasn't like that. You think kids would be excited about? Because I've been taking Maine out of town ever since. Shoot, I knew he would remember and he was ready to go. But when a child asks you want to go to do something fun with them, and you be like, you want to go here? You think they be like, yeah, I want to go. Let's go. Shoot, my child used to be like, well, do you want to go?
That's
Like,
funny. That's funny. But look, your children ain't the same. So now you had the calm one first. Now it's time you
yes.
get the Rough Rider.
Rough
They gonna give
baby.
you a
Let me tell
run.
you,
I mean, but you
he
gotta think about it.
already
That was
was giving me a
15
run.
years ago. So
Yes,
these
it
babies
was.
these days, the pandemic babies, they're different.
They sure is, girl. They sure is. This little baby down there, honey, he be throwing tantrum tantrums. And, when me and Marcus take something from him, he be like, whatever he be saying. I be like, you know what? Let me tell you something. You just play, baby. Go on get it out there. Get it out there. Because you going to soon find. You definitely, if you ain't going to find out who your dad is, you going to find out who your mama is. True, because man, I ain't gonna tell you, like, hold on now. She letting you get away from these little tricks now, but you know what? You gonna soon find out. But you know what? I love my kids. I really do. I'm blessed. I'm glad that God has blessed me with another little one because I honestly thought, y'all, like I wasn't having any more children. Really, I said after mine turned 10, if I hadn't
Mhm.
had any kids by then, I was not having any more children. But God seen Trey to fit. And that's what another thing that about me and Marcus and our relationship close, our little one, someone that we share, a baby that we created as one.
I wanted to add on something you said. If you hadn't had a baby after 10, it was a wrap, but then God had other plans for you and gave you Trey. Listen, I'm not trying to get
Mhm.
all religious and spiritual, but I'm telling you one of the scriptures that is faithful to me that I'm just like, okay, God, I see you, I hear you. Jeremiah 29:11. It talks about the plans that God has for you, not
Mhm.
your plans.
Mm,
So, y'all heard that saying that tell God your plans and he'll laugh.
Laugh at
Like
you, yes.
I'm just
mhm.
now like realizing, okay, God, I see you laughed at me a couple of times, but now I am okay with if something in my mind, something that I plan don't go according to plan, then I'm just like, okay. Prime example. I'm gonna say this and then I'm done ranting about the job. I'm grateful that I even have a job. But I did not plan on being in management when I moved to Augusta, Georgia. Y'all, I took this job, took this assignment with the understanding that I would just be an individual contributor to the organization. But nope, they threw me in management and I was not happy. And so I found myself questioning God, asking God, like, why? Or asking God, like, is this his assignment for me? Right? Like, I had so many questions. I was upset. I had so many emotions. But I'm realizing a year and something in, not that I'm still happy about the job, I'm just being honest, but I am learning to deal with it. And the patient told me, she said, you know what? God is taking you through this because there is something better that you cannot see, and that's that faith. You got to have faith
Mhm.
that God has a bigger plan for
Mhm.
you. So, Trey
Yeah.
was that bigger plan for you, Erica. Like, you've been rocking and rolling with Marcus for 12 years and you didn't plan on having no baby. But God said, oh, okay,
No, I did not.
bet.
Listening to all of us, I think that one common word that I keep hearing is faith. Faith,
Yeah.
faith. God and faith. It's just like, damn. Like, I didn't realize how much faith I had in God that I didn't even think about what I was fearful of. I mean, of course, fear was displayed throughout some arguments throughout 2022, disagreements through 2022. It was displayed, but
Mhm.
at the
Lost
end,
relationships in
yes,
2022.
lost relationships.
Mhm. That were necessary.
Listen,
That were
I want to
necessary.
talk about that too, though. I want to talk about that too. Just not even about close relationships that are lost, but like when you do lose those relationships, like how do you move forward? Because it seems like you lost a part of your life, but how do you know if you made the right decision? How do you know if going forward, what are you supposed to do about that lost relationship?
Let me ask you something. How you sleep at night?
I sleep well, not that good because I'm pregnant, but I don't, I don't think about the
But
relationship at the end of the day. I,
Before then, but before then, how you sleep at night?
wonderful.
Okay, then that's your decision.
I'm glad you said wonderful, Tierney, because for me, when I lost the relationships that I didn't think that I would lose, I did not sleep well at night. I was having dreams about it. I'm gonna be
Mhm.
real honest. I had never, besides the relationship that I lost in 2020, experienced grief before. And I
Mm,
was grieving. I'm gonna be real honest, but I had a patient tell me, she was like, listen, people come and go for a reason. God chippers away at people, even people you don't expect, because God know who was supposed to be in your life and who was not supposed to be in your life. She said, you're going to be up, you're going to
Absolutely.
be down, you're going to grieve, you're going to be happy, you're going to laugh, but you're going to look back and be like, thank you, God. Thank you. But you can't thank him in the moment
Mhm.
because those are your relationships that you thought were supposed to last forever. But we do grow out of
Mhm.
relationships, but I didn't realize that. Like people like grow out of friendships. I should say I realized it because I've been divorced before, but that's neither here nor there. But what I'm saying is the friendships that you thought were supposed to last forever. She said it ain't no forever stamp on all relationships. So I was just like, man, I didn't really think about that until, she just pointed that out. Now I can sleep at night and not have nightmares about the people who I thought were supposed to be in my life forever. So that took work though. Tierna, I'm glad to know you slept good at night, baby, because it was the complete
That
opposite for me.
better.
But you know what? I
Mhm.
think it's just what I have been accustomed to. Or I don't even know if I'm accustomed to that, but I think it's my mindset because that's from like birth, right? Like I said, I didn't have my mom in my life, so I didn't have that attachment style, right?
Mhm.
Also, last year, 2021, well, not last year before last, because we're in 2023, 2021, I lost the most important person in my life, right? One of them, my grandmother. So it's like, okay, well, if I don't have her, who else do I have? Who else is gonna just like disappear? And how am I gonna react to that? And it's also other people's position. If I'm that important to you, you will work on our relationship just as I could. And if you don't try, I'm not gonna try because you're not showing me that hey, we need to be in each other's lives, and it's at that point where we need to move on because obviously I'm not serving you and you're not serving me. That's the way I think about it,
Mhm.
and I think I've always thought about people in that manner, which I think to me, in some sort, I think that's kind of like a flaw of mine. Like, oh, don't be so easy to get rid of people. Well, it's just like it's hard. Like I was telling Chris, I had a friend from like growing up, and
Do I know this friend? You don't
uh,
got to say the name.
no, I don't think so. I don't think so.
Okay.
But no, we
Hmm.
stopped being friends in college because I felt like she did something to me that was like, damn, you don't even see that you hurt my feelings, and you're supposed to be my best friend. So I gotta leave you alone. In that relationship, like I never came back and said, hey, let's talk about things. No, that was it. I haven't talked to that girl. We've been out of school since what, 2011? That was it. And I think it was before 2011. I haven't talked to her since then. So it's just like I do let people go. Sometimes not. Sometimes it's easy. Sometimes it's not. Like you said, you have a grieving process, but sometimes it's just better to leave those relationships, and if they're that important they will come back around. Like, so I believe in that. If you love somebody, it'll let it go and it'll come back. It happened.
It happened to you, baby.
Say it again, Ashley.
I said it happened to you, baby.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah.
That's so funny. Yes, it happens that way. And I just learned like I'm going to be the person that I am, and I have a lot of room for growth, but the main thing is to be open to that growth and not to close yourself off.
Mhm.
ladies, this was an amazing conversation just to talk about a recap from 2022, how we're going to press forward in 2023, be bum about it, going to move forward and be intentional and stay prayed up. It's just a lot of things,
And
y'all. I
have
am looking forward
faith.
to have faith, yep, love and light in 2023. I'm just super excited about that.
Prosperous to all in 2023.
Yes, y'all. Don't forget to be your genuine self in 2023. It's okay to let people and things go in 2023. It's for the betterment of your growth. Okay? So let's live light. Let's love each other. Let's be better moms. Let's be bomb ass moms. And
Hello.
we starting this thing off right.
We gonna start this thing all right.
Hey.
Y'all, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, follow us on Facebook, IG, and email us. We are out for the day.